Next on the Met Report.
One MSU Denver student makes an extraordinary transformation. We'll show you what he did.
Summer is halfway over, which means there's still time left to explore the Colorado outdoors, where you can go and what there is to do.
And in sports, the former third-round pick of the Montreal Canadiens is on his way. The Met Report starts now.
Well, you don't need us to tell you, but rent in Denver is high. In fact, some of the highest and fastest growing prices in the state are found right here in Denver. I'm Miranda McHodgkins.
The average rent cost in the last year has increased 8%, which is almost triple the national average. And with little relief in sight, costs are expected to keep rising. I'm Ashley Craven. Experts point to the recent influx of people to the region as the cause of the increase. We found costs at the Auraria student lofts to be in excess of $700 per room each month, and two-bedroom apartments in the metro area averaging out to $1,400 a month, 40% above the national average.
MSU Denver has a new VP of Innovative Learning. Nancy Sayre is taking over for Carol Vedston as Associate Vice President of Extended Campus. Sayre plans on working on an initiative for better online programs and courses for students and faculty, along with promoting newer degrees and more programs that promote diversity. Sayre's start date is August 1st.
Thousands of new students will come through MSU Denver this year and hear about the school's goal of transforming lives.
Met Report's Janelle Thompson met up with one of the students whose transformation meant more than just getting a college education.
Graduation is enough to get anyone's heart racing. For Tony Marquez,
it was scary at that time.
His heart was working twice as hard.
My feet were swollen to about the size of a baseball, so I could barely walk 5 feet without running out of air. It wasn't until a couple months after when I got progressively worse. I was going to the Metro State Health Center. I was seeing a doctor there, Dr. Wen. She did some tests. She says, I have to get you to go see a specialist right away because there's something wrong with your heart.
That Metro State prescription not only transformed, but saved his life.
They told me, "Oh, Tony, do you know how much you weigh?" And I said, "I don't know, probably about 500 pounds. They said, "You're weighing in at 690 pounds.
Just under 700 pounds.
It was shocking for me.
Something had to be done. Over the past 2 years, Marquez has undergone surgery and tackled a new lifestyle of healthy eating and exercise.
This is my go-to measuring for when I'm getting ready to have a meal. My stomach is about the size of an egg. The last time I got weighed, I had lost a total of 315 pounds, and now I'm weighing in at 375. Dr. Wen did an incredible job. She is the person that saved my life, even after my student insurance expired.
And it's a privilege to work at MSU in the health center because of the type of work we do and what our staff does on a daily basis.
I'm very proud of Tony. He's gone a long way, and he worked really hard to, lose a tremendous amount of weight.
These are my old jeans, and I bury them in a very dark place, but I'll show you. So, these a couple years ago were very tight on me, and so these are my jeans from back when I was my biggest, and these were very tight on me back then. It's been incredibly amazing. Again, I have to say thank you to Metro State, my mentors. I'm very excited, to be able to give back to Metro State, to where we can reach out to students and tell them, hey, you have workout buddies now. You don't have to do this alone. This is not something you have to do alone. There's people here. Let's get this going.
With only one credit left, this college senior is on a mission to give back and go forward.
What an inspiring story. Thanks, Janelle. The next time you have a study session at Starbucks, you may want to add a little cinnamon to your latte. A recent study by Rush University Medical Center says that cinnamon increases brain activity and thought processes, making people better learners.
Join the Roadrunners next Friday, July 22nd from 9 a.m. to noon for a monthly food bank event. Everyone that serves 3 hours of volunteering work will award 20 pounds of food credit to MSU Denver's food bank. Volunteers that help with distribution assistance will also receive free coffee. We have the information to sign up on our website, mymetmedia.com. Well, it looks like a great cause. Hopefully there's a good turnout.
Yeah, and hopefully it's not too hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has been really hot lately, and we're going to continue to see those temperatures warm up. In fact, out there
no.
today, it's even going to be
cool
warmer
down.
than yesterday. So let's go ahead and take a look outside. This picture is from obviously right over the Tivoli yesterday afternoon. And we see that sunshine, and that new quad out there is finally complete. And that's giving us the ability as students to go out there and enjoy, again, that warm summer sunshine. And it's gonna continue to warm up. Right now we're sitting at 89 degrees under mostly sunny skies. Our high today, we're gonna get up to 92 degrees, and our winds are gonna be out of the south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Now, taking a look at your Friday planner, 1 o'clock, we'll be at 90 degrees, 91 by 3. We're going to drop down just a little bit by the 5 o'clock hour, and then again at 7 we'll be back up. And tonight, if you have any plans on the night, 76 degrees. Our averages for today, our average high is 90, our average low is 59, and our record's 101. It's set back in 2006, and that's going to continue to be the case as we continue to move through the next couple of weeks. So coming up here in just a little bit, I'll have your weekend forecast, plus I'll tell you if we can see that chance of moisture returning, and I'll tell you how hot it's going to get.
Thanks, Douglas. When we come back, thousands of acres scorched in Colorado. We'll tell you how long the fire danger sticks around.
And later in EMET, Pokemon Go is leading people to some interesting places. We'll be right back.
In our area, everything changes. There's always new things to see or do.
In your Noticiero TEMET, we'll tell you all you need to know about our school.
News about our region and beyond our borders.
Every Friday morning at 10:30 through Comcast Channel 58 in Denver and on live stream in iTunes or Android. Noticiero TEMET, the student voice of MSU Denver in Spanish.
Hey Roadrunners, my name is Mary Kate Newton, Editor-in-Chief of the Metropolitan, our school's weekly student-run newspaper, and this is what we do. Check us out for all the latest in Roadrunners sports, all the latest in entertainment and reviews, all the latest in MSU Denver news and other local happenings. And we are always looking for new writers, photographers, and copy editors, so if you're interested in being part of the staff, visit Tivoli 313. The Metropolitan is the student voice of MSU Denver. Let your voice be heard.
Thanks for staying with us. I'm Jhocelyn Avendaño with your Met Report Political Update. After months of campaigning and not gaining enough delegates to clinch the Democratic nomination for president, Bernie Sanders officially endorsed the presumptive nominee for the Democrats, Hillary Clinton. The announcement came in a 30-minute speech alongside his former rival where he vowed to do everything it took to make sure she is the next president of the United States.
Hillary Clinton will make an outstanding president, and I am proud to stand with her today. Thank you all very much.
The move comes weeks before the Democratic National Convention in Philadelphia. Meanwhile, presumptive GOP nominee Donald Trump has chosen his running mate for the White House. Trump was expected to make an announcement today to officially announce his VP pick, Indiana Governor Mike Pence. In a phone call yesterday, Pence accepted the offer. An official announcement was expected, but after the truck attack in France, the speech was delayed. The pick comes days after Trump announced a $10 million lawsuit against former campaign staffer Sam Nunberg for breaking confidentiality agreements. New polling numbers out suggest that both presidential candidates have an uphill battle until the November elections. Previous polls showed Hillary Clinton having a slight lead over Trump, but a New York Times poll released this week shows Clinton's lead narrowed with the two candidates tied at 40%. The closing lead she had over Trump comes after the FBI investigation into her emails and as she searches for her new running mate. And finally, the new Pokemon Go has taken the nation by storm, and bizarre stories of misfortune and oddity have since surfaced, but one presidential candidate has a potential use of the game.
I don't know who created Pokemon Go, but I'm trying to figure out how we get them to have Pokemon go to the polls.
As the political season continues to heat up, be sure to stick with the Met Report for the latest on Decision 2016. Well, Miranda and Ashley, it's going to be interesting to see how these November elections unfold. We'll definitely keep a close eye on them.
Definitely a lot going on. Thanks, Jhocelyn. Well, thousands of acres have already been scorched this summer across Colorado due to multiple fires burning across the state.
There are currently 5 active fires, with the biggest being Hayden Pass wildfire in southwest Fremont County. The fire has burned 15,000 acres and has evacuated 140 people from their homes, in addition to a local children's camp as precautionary measure. The fire is at 0% containment and destroyed at least 1 cabin. Some residents of the 140 evacuees were temporarily allowed back in Friday morning.
And the Cold Springs fire is fully contained after burning over 500 acres and destroying nearly 20 structures near Nederland. The blaze forced the evacuation of over 2,000 residents who have since been allowed back home. In light of recent officer-involved shootings, protesters have gathered across the country demanding justice for those killed. While the protests have been peaceful in Denver, other cities across the country have experienced violence with a few of the protests. In Minneapolis, over 20 officers were injured after protesters hurled bottles, bricks, and other objects at them. Continued protests are planned throughout the summer, including in Denver.
And the 5 officers killed in the shootings in Dallas were laid to rest this week. President Obama and Vice President Joe Biden joined former President George Bush for a memorial service on Monday.
That so much of the tensions between police departments and minority communities that they serve is because we ask the police to do too much and we ask too little of ourselves.
They did not get a chance to properly say goodbye, but they went where duty called. They defended us, even to the end.
Meanwhile, new details have emerged on the shooter, retired Army veteran Micah Johnson, the lone shooter of the massacre. Police say he committed the acts as retaliation for recent police shootings. In an odd twist, Johnson's parents say he wanted to be a law enforcement officer growing up.
The Civic Center bus stop has been closed for a couple weeks and will undergo construction for 12 to 18 months. The popular transit stop will receive a facelift, including a glass-enclosed terminal building and a redesigned bus concourse. Temporary bus services will be available during the closure. Visit mymetmedia.com for a full list of the rerouted stops.
Getting out in the Colorado outdoors might be on your list of things to do this summer. Andrea Herrera has a look at some hikes to get you out on this summer vacation.
Garden of the Gods is one of the most known places in Colorado Springs. Here, individuals could witness beautiful sightseeing and rock climbing. However, if you find yourself feeling adventurous and need a little more adrenaline in your life, Flagstaff Mountain is the place for you, filled with different hiking trails and bike trails that will surely blow your lungs out. And for those who feel rock climbing and bike riding is not their forte, then Chautauqua Trails is an easygoing hike for you. That's only 27 miles away from Denver.
And if hiking isn't on your agenda, maybe floating down the river in some of Colorado's rapids is. Michael Jeffs took a splash in Golden and has more.
Welcome to the summer series, where our first stop is in Golden, Colorado, home to the Clear Creek River. Nothing but melt-off from the snow, Clear Creek provides a natural river running through the heart of Golden. But wait, there's a twist. The city has provided stone hangout areas for the citizens as they can relax and watch others run the river. That's right.
Take a ride down the Clear Creek River. There's so much to do around here, like splashing in the water, tubing, and kayaking. Did I mention the best part about the Clear Creek River? It's free.
Most other places would see this as an opportunity to make a few extra bucks, but Golden has made this a place where people from all around can come and enjoy without going broke. If you're not up for tubing, grab a book. Clear Creek is not only a place to get a free river run, it also provides a peaceful environment to cool off with a swim and study between classes.
Yeah, it's a good area to come study. I would say only downside about studying down here is it's a bit too nice, and sometimes can't really focus on my work because rather just look around and enjoy the weather.
And if you're feeling up to it after the run, go ahead and jog on down to the Coors factory to get yourself a few beers. They're also free.
Lots of people out here in the spring, fall, and summer. Obviously winter gets a little cold, but yeah, I would definitely recommend it. The water's always really nice.
It's a great place to come out, especially when it's hot down in Denver. It's very nice to come up here.
If you haven't already, head on down to Golden Fairway and 6th Avenue. I can promise you won't be disappointed.
Well, those hot, dry temperatures that we've seen so far for the month of July are going to continue to stick around and give us high fire danger throughout the month of July. Thanks for sticking with us here. I'm Douglas Coulter. If you're headed out tonight, though, things are not going to be as warm. 63 degrees under partly cloudy skies and winds out of the southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. So it's going to be a good night to get out and do whatever you have planned in the morning. Tonight. Now, in the morning, we are going to see those temperatures start to warm up by 9 a.m. at 77 degrees under partly cloudy skies, and our winds again will be light out of the north-northeast. But tomorrow afternoon, if you're headed to the pool, it's going to be a hot one out there, 97 degrees. So make sure you have that extra sunscreen that you bring along with you. Now, taking a look at our highs across the state, again, much of the same. 95 here in Denver, 95 in Aurora, 95 in Arvada. Evergreen conifer up in the high country, you guys will be slightly cooler in the upper 80s, but still very warm. Now, once we get towards our Sunday, we're going to see temperatures fall just a little bit, but once you get up that high, it doesn't matter. 93 here in Denver, 95 in Thornton, 93 in Boulder. Off to the east, 93 again in Watkins, and 92 down in Parker. Taking a look at our national maps, we're seeing this because we have this high pressure system in place to our south. And that's just going to sit there and really keep us dry and warm. Taking a look at the rest of the country, again, not much going on anywhere. We have a little bit of rain down here in the panhandles of Oklahoma and Texas, but it's not going to be a major rain event for them down there. And again, Sunday, much of the same, except that rain moves up to the north a little bit. Again, we still have that high pressure in place down here, and that's going to really work to keep us really warm here for the next week moving forward. Now, taking a look at our 5-day forecast, we're going to see again those temperatures continue to stay warm throughout the rest of the week. Monday, 93, Tuesday, 98, Wednesday, 97, again 98 on Wednesday, and Friday we'll be sitting at 97 degrees.
MyMetMedia.com is a new interactive website. Watch full newscasts from the Met Report. The Metropolitan have you covered. K-Met Radio have everything you need 24 hours a day. El Noticiero TV Met give you news in Spanish. How to advertise with us? Email sales@metmedia.com.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
Joining us for EMET is Avery Anderson.
What up, guys? So summer is officially half over, which is a sad thought. But with summer being half gone, that means I have a lot of entertainment news to fill you all in on. All right, up first, we need to talk about Pokemon Go. The app that came out only 8 days ago has become a national phenomenon as people of all ages are out hunting and searching for Pokemon. Now, I don't need to tell you how much people love this game, but it has brought, well, let's say some unforeseen side effects, as reports of people finding not just Pokemon, but dead bodies, falling off of cliffs, and some even frustrated at where they're located, such as the Holocaust Museum. Now, the game is great. I don't need to remind us of that. It's getting people outside and socializing, even if it has been distracting some people. But with people being outside, guess what? There's other reasons in the summer to go outside, such as this time of year with the annual Colorado Shakespeare Festival. The festival is open in Boulder, performing 4 classic shows. This year, the festival is putting on a comedy of errors, Troilus and Cressida, Cymbeline, and Henry VI Part 2. In addition to high-quality productions year after year, you are able to experience the amazing work of Shakespeare outside in the Mary Rippon Theater. If you have never seen a Shakespeare play before, don't fear. This is the perfect way to get introduced to these classic works of art.
If you've never been to see a Shakespeare play, you should definitely come here. And any of the plays are completely accessible. It just depends on if you would rather see a comedy or if you'd rather see a big action-packed kind of thriller. Comedy of Errors or versus Troilus and Cressida. If you would like to have the big outdoor under the Colorado sky experience, then the Mary Rippon Theater would be the way to go.
Now I doth do proclaimeth that I most certainly like Shakespeare, but I am also enthused from this week's viral vid of the week. Take a look.
Could you show me what a proper twerk is right now? Could you show me what a
Reminds us that if you're gonna try and shake it on live television, then you need to be properly dressed. After a guest on a British talk show attempted to twerk, her zipper decided it was done working and exposed more of her derriere than she was planning. Now, let's just watch it one more time, shall we?
Could you show me what a proper twerk is right now?
Okay, so I will be perfectly honest. I am so excited for this week's must-see. So I'm just gonna stop talking and let's just watch it.
Holtzman, you're a brilliant engineer. Aaron, no one's better at quantum physics than you. We can provide a real service.
I'm joining the club. You guys are really smart about this science stuff, but I know New York. And I can borrow a car from my uncle.
You didn't disclose that the vehicle was going to be a hearse.
It's a Cadillac!
Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh.
Did you want to?
Sorry.
I'll let you. Next time.
This week, the big question at the movie theaters is not what are you gonna see, but who you gonna call, as Ghostbusters hits the big screen. The female-led cast remake of this classic movie hits theaters this week and has already seen its fair share of controversy. Since the news a year ago came out that Melissa McCarthy, Kristen Wiig, Leslie Jones, and Kate McKinnon will be taking up the ghost-busting mantle, the movie has been bashed for just about everything you can think of, from poor CGI to poor character development, and even saying that an all-female cast would never work. Despite the backlash, early reviews have come back sounding fairly well. If you are a hardcore Ghostbusters fan, then this might not be the movie for you. But if you are simply looking for a fun time at the theaters, then this movie will do it.
Someone is creating a device that amplifies paranormal activity, and we might be the only ones who can stop it.
Holtzman, come on. The hat is too much, right? Is it the wig or the hat?
Now, I'm gonna go see some awesome chicks ghost busting tonight, but if you don't wanna see it, I guess I can forgive you. Okay, one last thing we need to discuss for our summer EMET news. One of the best parts of summer is seeing one of your favorite bands perform. And being in Denver, we sure do have a large selection to choose from. The next big name coming is Panic at the Disco on July 24th. Just 2 days later is That Girl with a Bass for a Hit, Meghan Trainor, coming on July 26th. One of the big touring duos this summer is also coming. Demi Lovato and Nick Jonas will hit the Pepsi Center August 9th, and Dirty Heads wraps up the summer at Red Rocks on August 16th. All right, there is still a little bit of summer left, which means there's still a little time to go out and travel. We would love to see pictures of your vacations, mostly so I can find a rich friend to go on vacation with, but make sure that you send them in to the Met Report. That's it for EMET. Stick around for sports.
And the Roadrunners, their third straight regional title.
You love Roadrunner sports, and so do we. From high-flying Metro State action to in-depth interviews with coaches, players, and staff, the Roadrunner Review is here to keep you up to date with everything that is Metro State sports.
Yeah, there we go.
Check us out on Altitude Sports and Entertainment, Comcast CET, and at GoMetroState.com to follow your Roadrunners all season long.
Roadrunners with our impressive comeback.
So tune in and get rowdy.
Now joining us for sports is Michael Jeffs.
Thank you, Miranda. It's hard to beat a season when you make it to the RMAC tournament, but men's soccer plans on doing just that in the 2016 season. The Roadrunners ended their 2015 season with a 3-0 loss against Fort Lewis in the first round of the RMAC tournament. This season, they look to bounce back and beat their 13-4-2 record. Lucky for them, senior Josh Belfridge will be back as he led the team in scoring and points throughout the season last year. The Roadrunners will be without Danny Arubla as they open up the 2016 season against St. Edward's University. The men weren't the only ones to make it to the RMAC tournament. The women had a season to remember as well. The Roadrunners made it to the second round of the RMAC tournament, shutting out Regis 3-0 to lose in the second round, 2-1 against the Coulter School of Mines. The Roadrunners look to get a better record this season as they ended the last year at 8-7-5. They will count on sophomore Regina Banks as she led the team in scoring and points last season. Good news for them, they will open up their 2016 season at home against West Texas A&M, whom they beat 2-0 last year. Former head coach Mason is out and assistant coach Steve Quayler is in. The former third-round pick of the Montreal Canadiens is the new face of Roadrunners hockey. Here's what the new head coach had to say.
Yeah, so I played hockey my whole life growing up. I played actually here when I was younger, played in the USHL, Division I college, and played pro for a while. And since I'm not playing hockey anymore, I just love coaching. And a lot of my friends last year actually played for the team, so I decided to hop on, maybe help out a little bit as assistant coach and see what I could do, have some fun, make an easy transition from playing to coaching. I have big expectations for myself. I love winning. I love coaching. I take hockey very serious. I'm gonna let them have a lot of fun this year, but there's also business. It'll help them in the long run, but I want to do well. So.
Well, congratulations to Steve Quayler for getting that new head coaching position. The cool thing is that he was born here in Colorado, so it's good to have him back.
That's awesome.
And then what also is cool is that Von Miller is also back. He just signed with the Broncos for $114 million.
Awesome,
Yay.
finally.
Yeah, well, I'm glad they were able to finally work that out.
Yeah.
Well, for all the latest campus news and events, be sure to visit our website at mymetmedia.com and connect with us on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. We'd love to hear from you.
For the entire Met Report staff, thanks for watching. We'll see you on campus.